Action is the basic tool you have to control your energy. It is the most important thing and the only thing you can really control in your life. Many times you cannot control even your own thoughts. Hi guys, welcome. Today I want to talk about something very important to all of us. And it is what our energy is and how we manage it. So we might think that energy is something very abstract, but really is not abstract at all. It is something very specific and it can be measured. We might not measure it with numbers, but we can measure it existentially. We can feel it, we can understand it. And also, many times we can understand it more than we can understand ideas, because it is our own energy. It is our own experience. We have just been disconnected from it, and that is the problem. That is the basic reason. We experience tiredness, we experience depression, we experience suffering, anything that means that we have low energy is because we don't know how to manage it. We don't know how to control it. A very famous teacher, Gurdjieff, said that and talked about the energy and how it is really in our hands to calculate where we spend our energy, from what we take energy, and what we do to keep it. So every morning we wake up with a certain amount of energy. Let's say we have 100% of energy, battery of life. And it is the energy of the sun, the energy that we get in order to be alive, in order to do anything in life, any action. So let's say we have a very good life and we spend our energy right and wisely, then we really wake up with a 100% of energy. If, let's say, the previous night or the previous day we have consumed more energy than we could, we have spent a lot of energy in something that we didn't want to spend it, then the next day we wake up with less amount of energy. We wake up with 20% of energy, sometimes zero. That's why many times we wake up drained, we wake up not wanting to do anything, not understanding why we should act, why we should do anything in life. So everything feels pointless, meaningless, right? So when we know how to use our energy correctly and wisely, then we wake up with 100% of energy. And then it is up to us, it is in our hands to use it wisely again the next day. So if we start the day, let's say, with meaningless tasks, first of all, there we spend the very good amount of energy that we have, a vital energy, waking up in the morning. The second thing where we spend a lot of energy is, guess what? Thinking. And it is not constructive thinking, because many times constructive thinking can bring us more energy. It can lead us to creative decisions, but it needs to lead us eventually to actions. So this takes me to the next point, action. And action is the basic tool you have to control your energy. It is the most important thing and the only thing you can really control in your life. Many times you cannot control even your own thoughts, because they are something you heard. Maybe for sure it's not you. Yes, they are something you heard growing up from your parents, from your family, from your friends, from society, from TV, from movies. And imagine yourself as a baby, as a child. You were a sponge of energy. You were absorbing anything that came, anything that you heard. So if you see a baby, if you see a little child, you will see they have open eyes, open ears. They are observing everything and they are really absorbing everything. So we grow up and we have absorbed all these thoughts, all these beliefs about ourselves, about life, about how things should be, and then we end up waking up one day and just having a very big amount of thoughts attacking us, because it feels like they are attacking us, because it feels that they are coming from somewhere else, right? So we cannot control them. We cannot control these thoughts. The only way we can start being on top of our thoughts is to build our vital energy in order to be able to control also what we think about, how much we think about something. So the first and most important tool that you have in your hands, and the only thing you can control in your life, is your actions. Even if your mind is attacking you, even if it is telling you the worst things about yourself, even if it's telling you that you cannot do anything in life, you still have the ability, the capacity to do it. Imagine that. Try to understand how powerful this is. That you hold the power in your hands through your actions. It doesn't matter what the mind is telling you. So the first and most important tool you have to control your energy is your actions. And you need to choose wisely where your actions go. And not just your primary actions, not only the actions that you are very conscious about in your everyday life, but also the rest of the actions. The small actions also. It is the fillers, how we call it, of the day. What you do when you are not in your work, when you're not doing your basic chores. What do you do? Where do you spend your energy? And of course, a form of action is also choosing to focus and think about a specific topic that really doesn't bring you any result, that is not raising your vital energy, but it is draining it. The only way to start thinking constructively is by raising your energy. And how do we do that? The best way to do this is by controlling what you do the first part of your day. Again, going back to what I said before, because exactly you have the most amount of energy to use, you need to do the most important thing for you. Of course, if it's something you cannot do in the morning, then you will not do it. But it needs to be something that will give you back energy in order to use it for the rest of the day. It must not be something that drains your energy. So for example, working out, moving our body, just simply walking for a big amount of time. Maybe it's meditating. But choose wisely, because many times we might think we're meditating, but in reality we might consume ourselves in thinking and worrying. So the best thing you can do is start your day with the thing that might be hard, but will eventually give you energy. Because let me tell you something, the only things that really give you power and energy really means power, are the things that are hard in the beginning and easy at the end. So when you work out in the morning, afterwards you will feel a bigger ease at anything else you do, at any action you take. I experienced it very intensely 1 or 2 days ago, where I had a very intense workout in the morning, and then the rest of the day, especially the first hours of the morning, felt like I was literally flying. Probably you have experienced it too, like I was not stepping on the earth. Whereas if you don't work out in the morning, or if you don't do something that gives you energy, you will feel heavier. All your energy from the previous day is going to stay seated down at the bottom of your being. So this is why we feel heavy, because inevitably life contains gravity. As physics, in life, in the universe, on Earth, we have gravity. Actually, not in the universe, but on Earth that we live here, we have gravity. So life has gravity. This happens also energetically because nothing is really separated. We need to understand that we are one with the universe. So then if Earth has gravity, then our life has gravity, energetically, existentially. That means that whatever we do, especially if we stay in inertia, then we will experience gravity. We will experience all the things that drain us and that drag us down very intensely. This is why we feel heaviness. This is why we feel emotional heaviness, mental heaviness, all these things that feel like burdens. They feel like you are carrying tons of weight that is not yours. So when you start your day with something that gives you energy, then this weight is lifted off. Of course, what is required of you in order to do this is to start your morning without thinking too much. Then this is the hardest part and the easiest at the same time. Because why it's hard? Because the mind is very strong, because it can really persuade you and control you many times, because it is the thing that we pay most attention to. It is the energy that we feed the most, the mental energy. We sit and think about everything again and again, how to optimize everything and how to make everything perfect, when in reality our energy, our body and our existence is always giving us signals on what to do and how to do it. If we would just listen to our body and to our intuition, we would know when to act and how to act. So when you wake up in the morning, don't think, do. And if there is something you can do that will help you, it is to pick an action that is very important for you. Like for me, for example, it is working out in the morning. I will start working out first thing in the morning so that I don't have time to think. I don't have time to think about my problems. I don't have time to think about how heavy I am or how much I want to stay in bed. So this is why what I do and what I advise people to do is to pick a time that you want to wake up at and wake up at that time. And I understand you because I've been there millions of times, and very often I am the person that when I hear this, I say, oh my God, not again. Okay, I know it's good, but how do you do this every time? It needs a lot of strength to do it. It needs a lot of power to not think and just wake up in the morning. But what I have come to realize lately is that it is exactly the opposite. What is hardest, it is actually to fight with yourself for half an hour, 1 hour in the morning while you are rolling around in bed, wanting to get up to do something, feeling that you are miserable maybe, or that you are heavy, that there's something uncomfortable inside of you, and trying to fight yourself and playing with your brain, just fighting with your brain, trying to negotiate with it. One part of you wants to get up, another part of you doesn't want to. That's why the best thing to do is get up. And when I say get up, is not open your eyes and remain in the bed, especially if you're just starting out now and you want to raise your energy and feel that like you are in control of your energy. The first times you need to do it immediately. So you need to get out from bed immediately. The moment that you hear the alarm, you need to step your feet down and get up, make your bed, and put on your workout clothes and go out and work out. Or put on your clothes and walk around in the house, or journal, or do whatever it is that you like to do and that will bring you more energy. I know it might sound opposite than your mind says to do right now, and that's okay. Because guess what? You have power over your mind. You don't need to listen to your mind in order to do the things you want. You can still have your mind speaking to you and fighting with you, and you can do the opposite. You can literally rebel against your mind and say, you know what, pal, I hear you, but I'm not gonna do what you want. And that's okay. You can still think the things that you're thinking. You can still tell me all these things that you want to tell me. I hear you, I see you, I don't try to fight you, but I just choose to not go with what you decide. I choose to go with what I decide. So then what you need to take care of the rest of the day is the little actions that you take and how your energy is working throughout the day. Where do you spend more energy than you need to? Where are you drained? And maybe there are some habits that you have that you think that they are not so important, that they are not draining you so much, that, okay, this, of course, this action is an action I have to make because this is how I grew up, because this is what I was used to, because this is who I am, because my family needs it, because my job needs it, because, of course, I should do this. But you need to think better. You need to go inside yourself and ask yourself if really what I'm doing is in alignment with my goal and what I really want to do in my life later, with my goals, with my long-term goals. So, for example, sitting and spending a lot of time thinking about fights that you had with your co-workers, about what you're going to say to this person, about how this person offended you, about something irrelevant that happened in your day that pissed you off but really is not affecting you anymore and it's over, it's finished. If you don't have something to learn from it, then it is draining your energy. And these are small everyday actions and behaviors and habits that drain our energy, so we end up at the end of the day with 10%, 8%, 0% of energy. And of course, we don't want to wake up the next morning. Of course, it is hard. So we need to build it day by day. Eventually, we will gain control of our energy. The more you raise your vital energy with your actions, which you can control, the more your life will start to change. You cannot change your life through thinking it out, planning it out, trying to foresee every little thing that's going to happen, because simply life moves in a completely different rhythm, which is the rhythm of action, vitality, and things manifesting around us all the time, new things changing. So if you want to be in control of your energy, do these small things, make these small tweaks in your life, change your actions, and observe what are the actions that are draining your energy and the actions that don't give you more energy. That's it for me. Thank you for watching. I'm really happy to talk with you about these things that we all need to understand in order to change our lives. I hope you got something from this, and I hope with little changes you can start changing your everyday life starting from tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!